5s. Okay guys, here we are, continuing our Septa tour with Hyundai Rotom Silverliner 5 cars. Love these 5 cars, that's why. K5Ls. That's why I love them. Silverliner 5 cars. Right. Had a nice looking girl in that train working that. Very nice. Love them cars. Here they come. Classic Silverliner 4s. Wish I would have stayed at that station we were at earlier. We were hearing AA2 horns for the last 4 hours. But these are good too. If they had AA2 horns, I think they'd be getting a lot of hatred on them, but I kind of like them for some starters. When you take that paint off it, it looks like New Jersey Transit, if you look at them. Now here comes a push-pull for West Trenton at 316. I know they've been doing a lot of push-pulls, especially on the major lines of this railroad. I know they've been doing a lot on Trenton, and I know they've been doing it on this usually. Push-pull to West Trenton. Well, this is West Trenton right here. Yeah, so now this guy's going to become a local. So he'll make all the deadhead stops. Noble, Rideau, Meadowbrook, Beth Ayres, Philmont, Forest Hills, Somerton, Trevose, Chamonix Falls, Langhorne, Woodburn, Yardley, and then West Trenton. So now we're looking at the clunker. Yeah, this guy's a junker. So next up is Noble for this guy. So now here comes the junker. Next up is Noble. Then he makes a whole bunch of deadhead stops on the West Trenton line. Yep, 904. Nope. That's good, 904, but no, it's the 901. I hope I get to see that tonight on this. Now that right there, now that's going to be a junker, so he'll make Noble, he'll be making all those deadhead stops all the way up to West Trenton. 5 cars. I have a record with them. With Silverliner 5s, probably either Lansdale, Doylestown, or Glenside, or Warminster. There's the 5 cars. Beautiful Hyundai Silverliner 5 cars. Love every one of them. Right. Beautiful Hyundai Rotom Silverliner 5 cars. I like the shrink wrapping on it.
This is the Lansdale Doylestown line. Making all stops to Lansdale.
Oh, I like the shrink wrapping on this car. Ooh, I love the shrink wrapping here on this car. One of my favorite colleges is Temple University. It's one of my better scholarships. Yeah, he's got it on every one of these cars. All right. Let's hear that beautiful music on these. Let's hear that gorgeous music. Let's hear them. That is magnificent. I wish the Silverline 4s had that. That is gorgeous. I wish the Silverline 4s had that. K3LA, one of the best. 5s on them. Love the shrink wrapping on it. Go Phillies. Watching train 5732 for Glenside with Silverline 5. I like the shrink wrapping on this car. Go Phillies. Hope that'll make a good men's this year to make a push to the World Series. But I do like this shrink wrapping on it. I do love this shrink wrapping on the car. Go Phillies. And I say that as a sportsman at it. So we're looking at 5744 for Warminster. If I'm mistaken, I thought he had Glenside on the front of it. But now he's going to Warminster with this. I thought I had Glenside on it, but now he's only going to Warminster with this one. What's that? Nah, I thought that one. Oh, I love the GEs, but they're good. I really thought that was going to be Hyundai Rotom 5s on that. Now, I really thought that was going to be a Hyundai Rotom Silverline 5s. When I saw that Warminster train, I was going to be like, maybe we'll get them, but we got classics. Now, usually Doylestown has a 4-car train, but he's got a 3-car train on this. Now, usually this guy has about 4 cars on it, but he has 3 of them. Yeah, they're good, classic cars. This is Doylestown. Probably next stop from here is Fort Washington. Yeah, they're good. At some point of modeling it. Now, these are good. I mean, these are still good in my mind, but the horns on them. The horns are sickening on these, but the bodies are good. There he goes. Next stop, Fort Washington for that train. This is probably Warminster coming in, or Lansdale, one of the options. Yeah, it's got G's on it. They're still good classical. And now that's West Trenton that's in. And that is West Trenton, 3:54 p.m. I'm certainly hoping that we're going to see some 5s today with this. But they're still good for a 50-year-old car. Let me just say on this channel about these GE Silverline 4s. Yeah, they're classics. They're 50-year-old. The bodies are good on them. But the horns are just nauseous and not good. The ones I saw earlier ran pretty good. I wish they had the 5 horns on the K5LA horn on Silverline 5s. But I'd rather take these. And you just heard that beautiful K3L on them. That moves. Looking at this switch here. Now that should move over now. But that's the switch. That switch there's electrical. So now that should move to the right. I love the switches here, especially with these ones. I mean, these are just... And now here comes West Trenton coming in with more of these things. And that should move now. That should come over now with that switch. GEs, Silverline 4s. Should hear them here with these switches. Here he comes, Silverline 4s. Good cars. And that's an express to Dover. Express here. West Trenton Express here. West Trenton. Yeah, it got good stuff on it. I'm going to capture this guy right here. There he goes through Center City bound. Just for that one. You heard that lousy horn on this. Like I said, they're good classics. But the horns are just nauseating when you hear them. I love them, but they're not the best equipment I've heard. They're good, but that horn was just barely nauseous. There's a lot of 4 cars. Well, those are good, but not my cup of tea right there with those things. But they're good classical. You see that right there? See that logo right there? It's right on the inside of that red Septa logo. Well, that's my logo. That's my railroad. See that one there? The Reading? Well, that's my railroad. That's what I worked on before I joined Septa. That is a great looking car. But yeah, that's my railroad right there. That's one of my main lines. And I'm talking about that logo right there that's above that front light. You see it has those 3 R's on it? Well, that right there, that's what I worked on before I joined Septa, is right there, right above that red headlight there. See that 3R? Well, that's the one I worked on. I missed that railroad. 1979 to 1989, I worked with that. I missed that. God, I missed that railroad. But Civil Line of 4s. No, that's that's Lansdale right there. Lansdale here. Lansdale. All right, guys. Let me mention on this channel about these things. All right, guys, let me be respectable. So, let me know what I think about these Civil Line of 4s. And you people are asking me what I think about these. The Civil Line of 4s, yeah, they're classics. They're about 50 years old. The cars are not bad. They are pretty good, but they can use some work. And their horns are just nauseous and not good. The ones I just saw earlier pulled out pretty nicely. If they were similar to the Silver Line of 5 cars, their horns are sweet as silk. And they are the best kind of horn that you want to hear. Yeah, not bad for about a 70-year-old car with these trains. I mean, they are still running, which is good. They're classics. Not bad-mouth them too much. I like them. Just wish they had better horns on it. I like these. The only thing I say about these is this: I wish they had better horns on it. I wish these things had better horns, like what we heard down at City Hall earlier today. They were gorgeous. So watching this train here for Lansdale. Long stop for this train here. Now this is a long stop for this guy. It's like still here. But this Lansdale, it's a long stop for this guy. 7824. He's supposed to be out of here at some kind of hour. But I will say on this channel that these things are classics at some point. And no, these things are classics, but they need better horns. They need an AA2 horn on them. If these things had AA2 horns on them, like they used to have, I think I'd be more impressed. But they're still good cars, though. They are still decent. Not bad for a 50-year-old car, though, with these things. They're still good. Go real slow to the interlocking here. A little slow for that train coming out of there. There he goes. So it tells me they're having a problem with those switches right there. Yeah, this looks like a push-pull right here with the way those lights are on it. I really can't tell what that is because that looks like a 64 on the point. That doesn't even look like it's a regular cab car. The way those lights are on it looks like an ACS 64 on top. I can't tell what that is, guys. I cannot tell what that is, but that looks like a... Yeah, that looks like a city sprinter. Yeah, that's a push-pull. Well, no, well, yeah, yes it is. Yep, push-pull. We just had one just 2 hours ago with West Trenton. Yeah, no, 907. Oh, wait a minute, he might have the 901 on the back. Yep, I think he might have that 901. Let's see if he has it. Because remember, when we did that ride to Levittown, this is what we took. This is what we took out of 30th Street when we took that ride. Let's see if he has it on him. Look at this, our second time getting these cars. It's like the second time I'm getting these cars out of that ride that we did out of 30th Street with these. He's got one shrink-wrapped car on the back. I think this guy might have my engine on the back because I took this out of 30th Street 2 weeks ago. Let's see what he has on it. I think he should have it. This is my second time getting these things. I think this guy should have my engine on the back because I took this out of 30th Street. Let's see what he has on the back of this. He should have the 901 back there. He should. Let's see. Does he have it? Does he have the 901? He should have it. He should have it back there. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. There it is. All right. There's the 901. We finally got it. Oh, he's going on the West Trenton line. Wow. Wow, now we got him. Now we got the 901. I did not think he was going to be on the West Trenton line. Wow. Well, that was amazing. Just catching that was just a brilliancy. That was amazing, just catching that. I did not think he was going to be on the West Trenton. Usually I thought he would be on the Trenton line. Isn't this surprising? We just caught a great locomotive on the rear of that train from West Trenton. I did not think I was going to see it tonight. I really did not think I was going to get that tonight. But we caught it. 901. That's a surprise. That is a very nice surprise just to see that, especially on a West Trenton train. So this is the parking lot here we're walking by here. I'll start recording when we get up there. This is the creek here. Nice little creek here, nice little park. And that's the creek. So I'm going to show you the railroad crossing here. Ship up on our right here. So if you have any little ones, this is where the park is. This is an old abandoned, some kind of warehouse here for this. Guys, here's the crossing. This is like a private crossing here, but any rail fanner can come up here and rail fan the trains. And right down there, that's Jenkintown down there. That's a great spot to get the trains. At least you can see them. At least you can get the horns here. I'd love to stay in here to get the horns. Right over here is the old line to Jenkintown to Center City here. And then over there, that's the old West Trenton line. That's where we just seen him. The 901, he's going up to West Trenton. And then this right here, you see this here? This is like the main powerhouse for the line. So anything that comes off of that powerhouse comes onto these lines, especially with the silver line of 4s. And you come down there, that's the old West Trenton line down there. Connects right over to the Lansdale line and the old Glenside trains. I love these tracks, especially with this. Up here, you get the horns up here. Then you follow this straight up. There's another crossing that's like about a mile up here. So that's another railroad crossing. I know, lights are going off here, but I don't see nothing coming unless it's coming out the other way from Philadelphia to Trenton, or Philadelphia to either to Glenside or Warminster. The lights are going off here. I don't see nothing here. I mean, lights right now, these lights are going off, but I see nothing coming down here or up here. I don't know why those lights are going off. I know, lights are flashing here like you got a train coming here, but I don't hear anything up there. I'm talking about that right there. I don't know why they're going off. Unless you got a train coming in for Philly, but unless you got a train coming into Philadelphia or from Philly. So it's like your main line here out of Jenkintown. You can out there's why. You got a train leaving Jenkintown. Might be Glenside, Warminster, might be Doylestown trains. Let's see what he has. Well, I really can't see that well from these trees here, but it looks like it's a train of some sort. Maybe some line of 4s. Yeah, those are GEs, definitely. Can they hear the horns on these things, even though I think these things are classical? Now that's why they were going off here. You got a pair of silver line of 4s coming up. Yeah, he's moving pretty slow though to those switches up there. Yeah, he's stopping right there. He's stopping right at that signal there. Yeah, he's just barely moving here a little. Talking about these GE silver line of 4s. Got them running again, and there it is. I wish they had better horns on it. That was good, but that's the old Susquehanna Creek. So that goes right under Jenkintown somewhat, if you just follow it. And it goes right underneath that. And it goes over there to the West Trent line. Here's more boring stuff on it. With GE silver line of 4s. Just hearing that horn just does not sound well. Doylestown to Philly. Now, the good thing on the back of that was you had that heritage that we just saw earlier on the back of that train. The only thing that was good on that was that last car. That was the only thing that was good. There he is. What a day today. What a night. We caught that train of interest. And now GE 4s. GE Silverliner 4s here. Well, it's good, but not what I caught earlier. These are good though. And, well, it's good. At least I caught it though. The 901. They caught it today. He was coming on a West Trenton train. And now we have him. Looking at a plane, or looking at a train here for Warminster. These are 50-year-old cars. They're still reliable. They're still good. But what a day. Been good for the most part of it. We got the 901 on the West Trenton train, and he had one of those push pulls on it. He had one of the Common 2s on him. He had one color card on it. But we caught him at least. Well, at least we caught the 901. That was good. I mean, that was just about the best catch I could catch. And now we got a train right behind this guy, so we just caught that 901 earlier. Now we're getting bundled up with trains because here comes another one. This has been priority. I don't know if I can write it any better. I mean, seeing a couple... I don't think I can write this any better. I mean, seeing a few Silverliner 5 cars and you're seeing a couple of push-pulls. I think this might be our last train we're going to catch tonight here at Jenkintown. I mean, it's good. I mean, the day went pretty decent. Catching the engine I thought I was never going to catch, but I didn't think I was going to see him on the West Trenton line. Talking about that 901. But we caught him, finally, on a West Trenton train. I did not think I was going to see that on a West Trenton line. And now here's our final train of the night with Silverliner 5s. Probably one of these express trains, either for Doylestown, Warminster, or... Yep, Warminster Express. 454. Well, I'll say this for a one-night rail fanning. I did not think I was going to catch that tonight, especially with the West Trenton being as slow as it is. Love these 5 cars. But now it's very interesting just to see that 901 on a West Trenton train. I didn't think I was going to catch it tonight, especially where it just came out of. I'm glad we caught it. So, great night by far. Great night by far. Tonight was actually a better night than what would have been if you were at 30th Street last week. Let's hear that music on them. I don't think that could have went any better. Even that's still beautiful music. That's still gorgeous. We just heard 901 blowing his horn. I'm telling you, tonight could not have went any better if I would have wrote it and put it in a video screen. That's what I saw earlier today. We just had a pair of fives going up to Warminster. They know I love these 5 cars. Everybody knows I love these 5 cars. They're worth it. But everybody knows I love these 5 cars, but not what I just saw earlier today with the 901 attached. But these are fabulous as well. I love these 5 cars more often than not. Love the 5 cars. Fabulous.